10 minutes with Pastor Bob.
I'm here with Julie. We've been with her this evening on the streets here in Zurich, Switzerland. We've been talking this evening with some alcoholics, with some drug addicts, with some prostitutes. Julie, you have a heart for this because you've come from all of this. Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Yeah, when I came outside, I get Christian. I learned to know Jesus. I was talking everywhere about Jesus, and the Christian told me, "Oh no, you don't have to talk about it. You have to come in the church with us, and you have to make worship and something else." And I asked them, why don't we go to the streets and tell these people who don't know Jesus? And they told, "Oh no, we pray already for them. It's not important. Thanks." And that's why I make it myself, because nobody does.
You said that not only do you go on the streets and you talk to people, but you have a little baby that you take with you. And some people would say that's not a very good idea. That's not very safe.
Yes, Pastor, some people told me also this girl will not be okay. She will be sick. She will not be normal girl. And I dealt already in pregnancy with God. "Oh, God, you make her heal." And I don't say always, I want a boy. And I knew it is a girl, but she's healthy. And that's why I take her with me, because I know God cares about me. God cares about my daughter, and He protects me.
Now, a lot of people would say, I've come from the streets, and now I'm out of all that, and I'm happy to be gone, and now I have a new life. But you don't feel that way. You feel like your heart is still there.
Yeah, I think it's not from myself. It's from God. It's laid in my heart. I don't know why first I thought also, no, I never go back to the streets because I come from there and it's horrible to see what's going on here. But if nobody comes, they will never see some changed people. They will never see that there's hope for them. That's why I still go.
Now, some of these people on the streets are in very horrible condition. There are some girls here from Hungary, for instance, who have been promised some things that they didn't receive. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, there are people, they're called pimps. They promise, "Oh, you come in Switzerland, you work 2 weeks as prostitute or in a bar or something else. And then you go back to Hungary and you have a good life with a lot of money and with an Abitur." And they believe it because they don't know bad things. They are from a country, they have no money, they have no hope, no change, no future, and they think, it's better when we go to Switzerland. Yes. And then they come here and they see, it's not true, we have to stay a year, we have to give all our money to the pimp. And these people, we love these people, like the pimps also. We have also contact with pimps, but we want to give them a chance to go out, to say, "No, I don't want this." And only when people take her feet and use her feet and go to the people, only then can happen a change like this.
So these girls come expecting to be here for 2 weeks, and they're here for years sometimes.
Yeah, and you said also it's a horrible condition they are in. At the place we were in the restaurant, I talked with a 40-year-old woman, and she's in the same situation. But everybody tells, I want to get out of this. I want to stop taking drugs. That's normal when you're always prostituting yourself. In the beginning, it's for the good future, and after it's for taking drugs because you can't live with it, that you're a prostitute. But everybody says, I want to get out of it.
And these girls really don't make hardly any money doing it either, do they?
No, they don't make a lot of money because they always have a people. This woman, she had also a guy behind her. He wants 45%. When she gets 400 francs, she has 200 for herself, and the rest is for him. And from this 200, she has to eat, she has to feed her children, she has to do everything.
And that's not enough money to live on.
No, it's not a lot of money. And as more people, they prostitute themselves, as less money they get.
Is it unusual when someone gets off the streets, or is it normal for them to stay on the street?
No, it's probably people think, a prostitute can be raped. It's not the problem for her, or it's usually it's normally for her, but it's not normally. Every moment you are there, you think about, hey, I'm not normally, I can't live normally, I will never have a husband normally, I will never be lucky with a man. I think it's for nobody. Somebody told me, oh no, it's easy, it's no problem, but I see in her eyes it's a problem.
Tell us how you became a Christian.
I was reading a book. I hated to read Christian booklets. That's why my mother took this booklet. It was called Nicht nur wegen des Heizöls, not only because of the oil for warming an apartment. Don't know how it's called in English. And this guy, he was also a drug addict in Germany. And in the middle of the book, he was praying, and then he got free. And now he has 3 therapy houses in Germany. And in the end of the book, I was so sad. I was crying. Why can this guy this and I can't? And the last both sides of this book is written, if you like to know Jesus also, if you like to be free, you only pray like me, Jesus, if you really exist, make my heart free from drugs. And I prayed this, I forgot this, I was going to have sex with a guy to get money to take my drugs. And next morning I stood up like every morning. I was going to the TV room at the station. I was in therapy there. And I was taking a coffee, and midday I got a call from a guy. He was Christian, and he called me always and asked me how I am and something else. And then he asked me, how it's with the drugs? Are you still taking so much of drugs? And me, oh, drugs! I forgot the whole morning to take drugs. And every morning I stood up, I took 3 hits for standing out, for getting out of the bed, and I forgot it. It's impossible. And then I knew, there's a Jesus. He really exists.
That's great.
I had a long, long way to go after with smoking weed and still smoking cigarettes. But I know Jesus makes free. He really sets free. He's not only blah, blah free. You have to take all your will to get free. No, he sets free from yesterday to tomorrow. I was Christian when I was little girl. I shouldn't have sex before I'm married. I can't take a yogurt without asking, because then I come to hell. And then took my father when I was 11, he took me and we had sex together first time. And then I thought, I can never ever marry a guy because I already had sex. So I can't be Christian, so there's no God, because when there would be a God, he would help me. I prayed in this moment, oh God, please let my father be hit by a flash. And nothing happened. And I thought, why should I believe in a God who doesn't help me? And I told, this was bewusst.
By conscious?
This was by conscious. And I told me, no, there's no God. I don't believe in a God. I live my own life. And then it started to slowly to get down with me. It was a decision. It was not only a cause of the family. It was my decision. I don't want to believe in God. I don't want to live my life like this, because I know other people, they are also raped as childs, but they decided, no, I wait now for my husband, and they waited and they didn't took drugs. It is a decision always.
Yes, it is. So how did you get into prostitution then, and how old were you when you started, and how exactly did it happen?
I was 13 years old. It started with taking heroin, and very soon I realized I can't use only 50 francs at the day. And then I informed me in this home. I was in a therapy for children and Jugendliche, teens. And I informed me how I can get a lot of money, and they told me, you can go there, and you take a man, and you have sex, and then you get money. And that's how I started.
And you were 13, you said?
Yeah. Sweet 13.